they're not going to be guarding themselves particularly well outside the village. We're hoping they're going to be sticking to the buildings. If they don't have security out there, we're going to try and get everyone in position before we attack. Then we're going to have the two leftmost squads start hitting the very far edge of the village by the extraction zone first, and then once they come into contact, the other two squads will immediately conduct assaults. Does that make sense to everyone? Yeah, so the idea is we'll have an initial push towards the factory, and then when that comes under fire, then we reveal that we actually had an even closer push ready to go, and we just overwhelm the factory and the surrounding area before they have a chance to respond. If we do successfully take the factory compound and get the radio down, we're immediately going to fall back to the exfil, and we'll just kind of set up an ad hoc defensive perimeter to try and keep the militia off of it.
Is that one mark? Oh, the specs doesn't matter right offhand right now. Then we'll figure that out when it happens. But when we break our halfway point, is it where the one marker like here?
Yeah, it's like roughly there. We're basically going to walk 600 meters from our current position in Maine up until like the middle of C3, and then we're going to split off, and you guys are going to pick your way down the mountain using concealment to get to your secondary staging points.
So you're trying to beat Lorna in the game?
I mean, kind of. I'm mostly just trying to get us as close to the factory as possible with as many guys as possible before Law notices what we're doing. And I'm also trying to do it as fast as possible. But, you know, again, without them realizing what we're up to. The goal here is that we want to be in position. Oh, mission red. No, we should be fine. Fairly straightforward. So as for the Echo, I definitely think we want the exfil in E5-4, just because, or no, E5-1, because obviously that are considering what we're attacking. However, we could also try to exfil to F3-7 and just push through the town, because that would probably throw them off guard, right? If we tried to exfil and move through the town, we'd probably catch them attempting to reinforce the factory and cut them up. But I don't think I'm going to get that fancy. I think we're just going to hit the exfil closest to the thing we're hitting. For the sake of round time and also everyone's sanity. Alright, now let's deal with the kids. Hold on, let me just take another look at what those are real quick.
4 engineers.
Perfect. 1 per squad. Done. So yeah, you'll all have a breaching charge that comes with your engineer. You'll also have sandbags and wire. We fall back and start setting up a perimeter at the exfil. Second round, we're going to go with the shovels one, just because, well, it's better, I think. Also the techies, I don't want to fucking deal with techies, that just complicates the issue. I'd be surprised if anyone takes the techie option, actually. The techies starting
It's such a worthless option.
It's pretty garbage, yeah. Like, it's literally just fucking... What if you shot yourself in the foot, but you got some SPG techies? Like, no. No. I'm not gonna do that. No, thank you. Then that being said, you know...
Alright, hello everybody, and welcome to another Squad Ops One Life event. I'm your commentator for this evening's Shadowed Ritual, and today we bring to you Operation Knockdown on a brand new map. I assume brand new. The first time I've seen it, we might have run a test match on it before, but on a brand new to us map. What's it called? Crescenta Valley, created by Best Pony, I'm fairly certain. And should be a lot of fun. This mission, Knockdown, is a stoplight up. The Russians have a couple different tasks they can choose to complete, and the militia are tasked with defending them. But before I go into more detail about what exactly this mission is, what are their options, let's go ahead and go over who's participating in this up, leadership-wise. So, for the Russian team, we have platoon lead Best Pony, with his squad leads Dorf, William FBD, Phoenix, and Storm. For the militia forces, we have platoon lead Londarts, with his squad leads D-Leak, Axe Gaming, Total War, and Assault. So, a lot of good leadership on both sides. Best Pony and Londarts, both very competent commanders. Their squad leads, they got Dwarf, they got Assault, they got Axe. Total War is pretty good. Phoenix is good. Storm, like, there's there's a lot of experience on both sides, so it's gonna be really even, and it's gonna it's positioning. Their positioning and how aggressive their public players are. I don't think it's actually gonna come down to their the leadership. I think it's, well, not the top leadership. It's not going to come down to the squad leads and the platoon commander. Yes, they are going to dictate it, but it's going to, I think it's going to pivot on the fire team leads and the individual player and how aggressive they can be and how well they can follow directions. Should be really interesting map. I like stoplight ops. For those of you who don't know, stoplight ops are basically an op that has several different options: red, white, red, yellow, green, and they get to choose. So the defenders don't know exactly what the objective is that they're supposed to be defending, and so it leads to more sporadic engagements where the defense is sending out scouts to try and gain information, and the attackers are trying to sort of slip around and slip through the cracks in the defenders' defenses. So yeah, let's go ahead and go over this operation. I'll go ahead and bring up the map, and I'll read the situation to you guys. So, Russian forces, which will be in blue today, with the militia in red. Actually, very platoon brief already? I think Pony's already doing a platoon brief.
Yeah, we're gonna do platoon brief once everyone's ready to go. So just,
okay. Not ready to go yet. Still have time. Alright, this gives us time. So, Russian forces. Armed rebel forces have taken over a remote district, and our motor rifle battalion has dispatched to quell the uprising. Reaching the district center requires travel through several narrow valleys. Our platoon has been tasked with clearing the village along the valley roads of the rebel forces. They have several anti-aircraft weapons that need to be destroyed, along with what our intel believes is a large weapons cache. So, Russian forces are moving in to the valley to quell an uprising. This is the path that the main battalion needs to take, and your platoon was dispatched to secure the route through for the rest of the battalion. Militia forces. Russian forces have finally arrived to try and break our takeover. Arm yourselves and protect the valley with your resources. Prevent the Russian forces from overtaking the village and allowing passage of their mechanized infantry. So, militia forces, they've got a foothold. They need to hold it, and they're gonna try and keep the militia, or keep the Russians at bay. So, as I said earlier, it is a stoplight op. I'm only gonna go over the one. I'll go over the one mission right now. They've chosen the red mission, which is the weapons cache. The Russians are tasked with moving in and destroying a weapons cache at a factory in the south end of the village. You can see it marked in red. I will go over the yellow and the green missions after this, but it looks like Pony's lined up for the platoon brief. Assets that Pony has to work with are 1 squad lead, 1 fire team lead kit, 2 automatic riflemen, and 1 medic. No explosives. They do, however, have a platoon armory with 4 engineers, and I guess those have satchel charges, but that should be, it's relatively light on their loadout, because they've only got to really assault a single point. Russian militia forces have 2 different loadouts they can choose. They're called "With shovels we will survive," and "If you can catch us, you can't. If you can't catch us, you can't kill us." If the shovels we will survive, they have a bunch of 1 squad lead, 2 fire team lead kits, 2 automatic riflemen, 1 medic, a platoon armory of 2 RPGs, 2 scouts, 2 medium machine guns, 4 engineers, and 2 ammo bearers. So a lot of kits. RPGs, their scouts, and like engineers. They've got everything that they need to really just hold a position and dig in. So if you have shovels, you will survive. If you can't catch us, you can't kill us is not. It's relatively similar. 1 squad lead, 1 fire team lead kit, 1 automatic rifleman, 1 medic, the platoon armory of 2 RPGs and 2 ammo bearers. They don't get the scouts, the MGs, and engineers and whatnot. They do, however, get a bunch of vehicles: 2 Dishka techies, 1 SPG techie, 1 trans techie, and then they've got the 3 static ZU-23. So those are kits. I will go over the yellow and green mission so you guys understand what their other options were, but it looks like Pony's lining up for a platoon brief. And
alright, so
go and listen in.
let's go ahead and roll into platoon brief. Alright, so here's the deal. Those fuckers in St. Petersburg, they're at it again, just like they were 100 years ago. You know, they fucking overthrown the local government, they're setting up, you know, Soviets, and we gotta go put a stop to it. It's no good. It's no good. So, you know, President Putin, you know, he sent us. We gotta get Petrograd and put down this uprising, but the problem is, it's not just confined to St. Petersburg. You know, it's all around in the countryside, including this village in this valley that we have to go through to get there. Yeah, so unfortunately for us, out of all the platoons in this division that's been dispatched, General Kornilov has selected us to lead the attack. But, you know, we got a pretty good plan for it. So we think Militia, you know, they have their communications equipment set up this factory complex in Echo 585. You know, that's our SIGINT guys are pretty sure that's where it is. They've tracked it to that location. So we're gonna go in, knock down the communications equipment, and then kind of occupy a position to the rear of their forces in the town. They're gonna be forced to try and push through us to break out, and then we're gonna gun them all down as they come through. The way we're gonna do that specifically is all the squads off of line. We're going to divert around the town up into the mountain, up into like C3. You know, like way up there. Then we're going to all split off into our sub-squads, and we're going to have, you know, a squad's going to be working in the woods, over there, kind of waiting to storm the north part of Echo 427, you know, and then those kind of, that section of the town. We're going to have another squad. They're laying in wait to hit they're laying in wait to kind of hit like the factory complex in Echo 574. Then we have two more squads. Then we have two more squads, and they're gonna be flanking around south. And they're going to be basically looping through the south side of the town. We got one squad that's going to be moving along the north side of the road, one squad along the south side of the road, and they're just going to kind of walk up through. And the way we're going to do this is we're going to get everyone in position first, hopefully not seen. And if we are seen, then we'll just, you know, everyone will just immediately attack. But if we manage to get everyone up close and personal to their staging points, and you guys aren't spotted, so do try to be stealthy. We're going to have the two squads on the leftmost side of the platoon, the ones that are attacking kind of like away from the factory down along that road near the exfil location, which our exfil / defensive stand is going to be in Echo 5-1. See all these buildings over there? That's where we're going after we get that factory taken over. So yeah, we're going to have two squads. They're going to sweep through that while the other two squads hold and wait. And when the two squads sweep through those areas, come into contact, then our other two squads are going to like charge up and attack. And we're going to hopefully catch them off guard, and they're going to all get cut down, and we're going to have a great time. Questions, comments, concerns?
Yeah, I thought communism was the solution to everything. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, you see, look, okay, so the official line of the Russian Federation is that Stalin was good, but Lenin was bad. So we don't like revolutions, we just like big Russia chauvinism and tanks. So that's the official position of the Russian Federation. So we do have to put down these Bolshevist scum. Alright, any other questions?
Are we the bad guys?
Are we the baddies?
Yes.
Depends how
you're
looking at it.
We are the good guys.
But, you know, depends on your perspective. Anyways, we're going, if we have no questions...
So, this, the plan is actually relatively simple. He's going to try for a western push onto the factory that is right here, and he's going to try and be sneaky and then just overwhelm them with just a sort of needle head attack or an arrowhead attack, breach the compound, clear it out, lay down the fob, and then exfil as as quickly as possible. Should be. We'll see if it plays out. We're actually gonna go check out the terrain, because the militia actually have quite a bit they need to set up. So the militia, since they don't know what they need to do, they need to set up and prepare for all three objectives. And this gives me time to talk about all three of the objectives that the Russians need to attack, because the militia need to set up to defend it. So I'm going to bring up the map one more time. The Russians chose the red route. It's the easiest, or the red mission, which is not the easiest, but is the most simple of the missions. It is assault this factory here and destroy the weapons cache, aka the fob. Yeah, I love Pony's briefs too, Scruffy. Pony definitely gets into his platoon briefs. So this is red mission. They need to assault and destroy the weapons cache, being the fob at this factory. The yellow mission, just going down the stoplight, there are 3 ZU trucks at 3 of 4 locations marked in yellow on the map. Here's one. The other 2 are on the east. Here. Pass it up. Nope, I'm going the wrong way.
Halbrad, whatever you said can come through.
Here. And slightly more north. Slightly more north. Here. That is yellow mission. The Russians are tasked with destroying 2 of 3 of those locations. 2 of 3 ZU trucks at 3 of 4 positions. So they only have to destroy 2 of the ZU trucks, but if they wanted to. The militia cannot drive the ZUs, but they can shoot the ZU truck. Probably not gonna shoot the ZU truck just because it's easy to get shot out of, and it's an okay gun, but I think the risk of getting shot out doesn't it's not worth it. The green mission, very bottom of the stoplight, are the dotted line. There are 5 roadblocks set up from the militia. Really simple roadblocks, just 2 sandbags across the road. The Russians need to destroy. How many of them? Must clear 3 of 5 roadblocks. So just quickly going down. So there's a lot the militia need to set up. They need to set up 5 of these roadblocks. So here's 1 there, 2 there.
Yeah, just use the text chat.
3 there. 4 here.
And
where's their 5th? There's a 5th one around the area, but if they had chosen the green mission, they would destroy 3 of those 5 roadblocks. And so that it really opens up the Russians for options. Like, they have a lot of options to complete. Once they choose their mission, they have to complete said mission. So they have chosen the red mission, so they have to complete the red mission. But the militia do not know that. So there's most likely going to be a very wide spread from the militia off of live as they move out to try and just get eyes and scout out the enemy positions and figure out what's the most optimal defense path. What did he choose? Oh, they're just... I was going to say, did they choose vehicles? No, I don't think they chose vehicles. I don't see any techies here.
Jumping is silent.
Thing is, it depends what surface. If you try jumping on, like, asphalt, it's gonna be loud, but, like, yeah, jumping on grass is pretty quiet.
Interesting.
Alright, Halbrad is back. Maybe we're getting a live time. Maybe we're getting told that it's gonna take them forever.
They're almost done. The militia's almost done. Set up. They just have to finish shuttling their guys over. They got all their positions set up. 2, 3, 4. Oh, they're all marked in skull markers. Okay. Cool. They've got all their positions marked.
I'm having one guy. Can you hear me now? I have one guy with my columns. What's the etiquette on people participating in ops without mics?
Let's check out the route. The area that Pony wants to come in from is the west. I actually really like this.
Hold on 1 second. So, we're still waiting on militia. They've got a bunch of shit to do. So,
actually a really good area to come in from. This west has plenty of tree cover.
Mission red. You're selecting mission red.
Yeah.
Roger.
Really gonna have to harden up. Really gonna have to put a lot of defenses on this west end of the map.
Be civilized for once.
Which mission would you guys choose? Red, yellow, or green? I think the green mission would actually be a lot of fun to try and complete.
I haven't seen
loadouts. Some key things from the loadouts that are different from that red mission are the yellow get a BTR, the green gets 2 BTRs, and a bunch of grenadiers and meat. Like the green mission gets a lot of assets. Like yellow mission, I'll go over the green mission assets. The yellow mission gets slightly less than this. Green mission Their platoon armory is 2 medium machine guns, 2 engineers, 4 grenadiers, and 2 ammo bearers vehicles, 2 BTR-80s. Right off the bat, like that's those 4 grenadiers are gonna be would have been huge. Those medium machine guns are gonna be great. It's a lot of assets for the green team. That's probably the mission I would have just because I like assets. That's just so many, like grenadiers alone. I love grenadiers in our ops. They're just a lot of fun to play.
Alright, so they've got everything set
Green,
up.
shove the Russian might down their throat. Right, Expert? Lots of assets for them to just drive straight north to south push, follow the road, show them the might of the Russian army. It would be insane. With patience, they could possibly crawl all the way to the factory, right? Pony wants to stay quiet. Like, you saw his mark. You see this 3 mark? That's his closest, like, this is his staging point. He wants to stage here. And look how close that already is to the factory. They can definitely push in relatively close without being spotted, if they're careful. And if Londarts doesn't send scouts out this way. Who's to say he's not going to send scouts out this way? Because he's gonna probably put some guys on the ZU. Actually, imagine if the ZU is a little further forward, like here. Oh, that would just shred people, or even a little further back. Like actually, oh, wait a minute.
Being told that there
put a squad on this
no later
flank.
than 7:32.
Put a squad on this flank here. You can cover this western flank of the factory really easily, even without the ZU. This red building here has great lines of sight. Look how many windows it's got. It's got 1, 2, 3 windows looking this direction. They've got this destroyed building that can look west, or excuse me, south. No, west. No, west. I was correct the first time. I kept second guessing myself. Yeah, put a squad on this flank, and that covers that covers this entire area really nicely. Plenty of buildings to watch. But you're right. If they're not looking this direction, they can definitely just crawl up insanely close to the factory and complete their objective without anybody even realizing. So live time is about 7:32. They said they'd be live at about 7, or they'd be ready at about 7:32. Looks like they're lining up for a platoon brief. Are they? I'm gonna go ahead and swap teams. We're gonna go ahead and listen into the militia platoon brief. We've got time.
You're gonna have to get your mic figured out. If you have to play mute, that's not the end of the world. But let's see if you can get that fixed for live. Let's go over here for platoon brief.
Down in front.
Let's get it, boys. Feel free to use squad
I just realized. I think I fixed it now.
There we go. Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, lining up, getting ready for Lon's platoon brief. I like Londarts as a
guys, listen up.
commander too. He's got
Welcome
really
to
clear and concise
Knockdown on
platoon
this
briefs.
beautiful map, Kraz Nota, as designed by Pony, who happens to be our opposition commander today. So be aware that the opposition's knowledge of the map and the terrain here will probably be fairly supreme, given that they designed it. That being said, our mission is to deny the Russian forces the ability to sweep through this village with their mechanized forces. There's a number of missions the Russians might be trying to carry out. They can include destroying 2 of our 3 AA trucks that you can see parked on the map, taking out our fob here in the factory, that is just to our west, or clearing 5 roadblocks that are approximately marked with the skull and crossbones. We're going to be positioning squads all over the objective area to scout out where the Russians are coming from. Once we see and get an understanding of the type of contact we're going to take, we'll then be maneuvering to attack the Russians head on. Alright, so be advised, we're going to be attacking the Russians head on once we feel we know where they actually are and what they're actually trying to do. If we fail and the Russians are supreme, there are 2 exfil points that the Russians could choose. These are also currently marked on your maps. There's one to the north, which is the red fob mark, and one to the south, the other red fob mark. So if the Russians complete any of their objectives, we'll be needing to attack those areas. So just be mindful if you're still alive at that point, that's probably where the event admin will be asking you to go. Alright, other than that, there's not a lot we can do in terms of detail on the plan, because we won't know until we start seeing what the enemy is going to do. If you've got the engineer kit, your IED is a timed explosive, about a 20-second fuse. So if you put it down, it will blow up in about 20 seconds time. It's going to be handy for things like sneaking up on an enemy BTR, or if Russians have control of one of these buildings, detonating that in order to obviously get them out of those buildings. All right, any questions before we go live?
You guys all hear that?
Yeah.
All right, so we'll
Yeah,
move to your locations in the objective area. Good luck, guys.
Yeah, Londarts wants to be very aggressive with his position. So he wants to attack the Russians once he figures out what plan they have chosen. Go ahead and swap teams while we get ready for live. How's it going, Mr. Uzi? New op? It is a brand new op. Mr. Uzi was created. You go down to the bottom of this dock. March 19th? I guess it was finalized March 19th. I expect works on these missions for, you know, who knows how long before he actually decides to put them into live. How's it going, Flanky Frankie? Back in my squad so we can hear these squad comms. And yeah, we should be good to go really soon as Red Team spreads out to their chosen locations. Looks like Red 4 is going to be on the northwest, Red 3 on the south. Look, they're sending some scouts out to the west. I like that. A buddy team out to the west. This is a good call to definitely, yeah, definitely good idea to send guys out that far. Red 2 is going to move northeast. Red 1 going to move north. Probably going to, looks like they're holding strong in this. Flags still look dodgy. Yeah.
We want to be more or less bearing 240. Be sure to stay away.
And we are live. Let's go. We'll follow blue team as they decide to move up. I like the fog. The fog. Oh, I'm gonna bring down the map. I've had this map up for how long? Nobody said anything.
And we do want to do it quickly too. So.
The fog is really going to decrease the range at which these guys are going to be firing. They're going to want to get a little bit closer before deciding to pull that trigger, and means that these firefights are going to be probably within like the 150 200 mark. I like Dart's idea, but a bit risky not knowing what the Russians are bringing. But no guts, no glory, right? How's it going, Johanser?
I've never seen a...
No guts, no glory. Yeah, the Russians could be rolling in with 2 BTRs and just roll through these guys, but no, they're gonna have basically no assets besides their original kits. And see what happens. Nice looking tactical blob from the Russians as they move out. Look at that. Okay spacing, except for that clump at the front. The spacing's not bad. That's a clump. But look at that. That's actually not terrible spacing. Looks like somebody's trying to do a line here. Who's this? 3. 3's got a nice looking line here. 2's got a tactical blob. 4's got a... Looks like he's attempting to do staggered columns. 1. Looks like they're forming up into a files. 5 with his extra. Johan. Probably gonna have about 4 to 5 minutes of just maneuvering as they're really just trying to avoid contact at the beginning as this is where they want to be. Right here where Gandalf and Captain Dillon is where they want to be to start their assault. Getting ducks all in line, right? Herding your cats. Get these guys together and get these guys moving.
So we can aim a little bit more towards the south now.
Yeah, I'm just.
I like the terrain a lot. I like the.
We are making excellent time, though. I'd like to say
making
we've
great
almost
time.
reached the destination.
I like the terrain. It's a good amount of trees. It's not like an obscene amount of trees to where like you can't basically fire through them. But there's enough trees where I feel you can run through them and be pretty concealed if you're far back. Big or small? It's a relatively small map. Only A to I, 1 through 9. Relatively small map. Same. Yeah, it's always going to be the same grid, but yeah. A to I, 1 through 9. So I think the biggest maps go all the way down to like 13 or 14. That background noise too of the guns firing. Your immersion is to the max. Makes you feel not alone. I think it crashed. Did you guys hit that? I think it's okay. Yeah, I saw it. I saw it stutter there for a minute.
Me too. Yeah, I hit that.
Good. Warning. My bit rate is too high.
Like the ground.
Oh, okay. No, it was Sky.
Oh. Well, I thought you were gonna be tricky.
Yeah, I lowered my bit rate. I don't know why. It says I can only stream at a maximum of 6,000. I'm streaming at 6,000 and yeah, I guess stream at 6,098 upload. They can do way higher. I don't know why it doesn't like that.
Alright, we are currently 5 minutes in. I want to get to our starting position.
Yeah, I think it just
and I want to be initiating
refresh if
like
it stopped working. I think it should be fine now.
10-12 minute mark. I'd say for 4 and 1 though, you can probably afford to get a little bit slower, not only because 2 and 3 have longer to go, but also because it is possible it could have recon forces out in those woods between you and your objective rally points.
It's all gonna come down to Gandalf and Captain Dillon. This is gonna dictate how much time the militia have to maneuver. YouTube looks like shit as usual. I believe it. Auto settings drop down to 144p. Yeah, it might as well just be a like green and white screen at this point with the fog and the trees. If you see it at 144.
Shouldn't we be switching places here?
I think Captain Dillon's got the better spot here. He can see further. Gandalf, not so much. Let me see exactly what he can see. Yeah, I don't think he's going to be able to see much of any.
Yeah, then we're going to go ahead and cross you now.
I think Captain Dillon's going to have the better spot. Yeah, nice looking force. That's all we're going to see for a little bit. But the squads are coming in to range of Captain Dillon soon. I don't know if he's gonna be able to spot them.
Alright, 4 is about
as the crow flies, head straight for him. Yeah, they gotta crest this hill. These guys are on point.
Medic, could you go please behind me?
Yeah.
Alright, 4 is in position.
Yeah, I've actually really enjoyed this force so far. Like, there's trees to hide behind it, like just pseudo sandbags, and as I said earlier, like it's a thick tree line, but it's not like so thick you're not going to be able to maneuver through it. Should line up now. Yeah, I think they should get online here. Right now, they're still in their stagger columns. 3 is on point. They might get spotted here.
3 is in position.
You see, in position. Head back over to Captain Dillon and Gandalf. See what they can see. Gandalf might see these guys. No way he sees. Yeah, no way. Good little ambush coming up, but is this an ambush that you would take as 2 guys versus a platoon? I think the information you'd be able to give of, hey, there's the full platoon on the west would be much better than the 1, maybe 2 kills you're gonna get, unless of course they can just mow down an entire enemy squad as they walk past, as one is about to do. He's not looking. He doesn't see him. Fog is too thick. He's still looking to his west. They're in local range now. We can hear Friskers. He turned like he knew.
He's gonna push a bit more up.
Need more bushes? Yeah, maybe a little more underbrush. They don't know where the enemy is, but they should expect contact. So line up and walk bound. Yeah, I think they should start bounding at this point. He's walking right up on him.
Alright.
Gonna shoot.
Okay, 2.
Oh no. Oh, did my stream crash? Whoa. That was weird.
3 got too close to the sun. Alright, 4.
Gandalf, well, my stream just, I think I tried to zoom out as it tried to fire. Gandalf takes out 2 with that engagement. He's bandaging. Captain Dylan is dead. Gandalf is hurt. Or did Captain Dylan fall back? No, Captain Dylan's falling back. He's like, I don't want any of this. I am getting out. Gandalf takes 2 down, and he's going to have to try and fall back. Bandages, he's fine. He's out. Oh, it sucks that I, like, lagged there. I was trying to zoom in as he started shooting. I think my computer just freaked out. Gandalf's going to break contact really close. Rip Blue 4, yeah. That's what happens when you're on point as squad lead. Leaves Bybee in charge. Yeah, that was 3.
Contact is pulling back from 3. They smoke them out and looks like they're pulling back.
Worst freeze frame ever, right? This is the most unfortunate freeze frame ever.
Correct. 3 continue advancing.
Yeah, great start for the defenders. And he's not falling back all the way. You can respect that. Look at that. He's just gonna fire. Maybe Captain Dylan shouldn't fall all the way back. Maybe Captain Dylan stick with Green up a little bit. He's just delaying them. Yeah, just delaying them. He doesn't look like he's gonna harden up. He's gonna fire and pull back. Good call. Good call.
Copy.
William, don't lead from the front. Yeah, don't lead from the front. He got a little cocky with his positioning. Let somebody else get on point. He's gonna fall back.
So just look out.
I think we're taking contact.
Dashby, there's some fucking guys.
It's just suppressing fire. These guys have no idea where anything is. They're just suppressing.
Reloading.
Update on the kills: 0 for the Russians, 2 for the militia.
Let's get moving, please.
Gandalf taking both of those. Does every player have 1 life only? Yes, Traveling. This is a Squad Ops 1 life event. Once you go down with that little electric symbol over your head, you are down and out. If you can bandage before you go down, you can get healed back to full. But again, if you go down, you are out. If you're interested in participating in these events, check us out, squadops.gg. Again, squadops.gg.
Yeah, one, try and
Tony, we're going to continue on to the factory.
Yeah, do it. Because it seems like the contact engaging 3 is like...
Any maneuvering from the rest of the platoon. 4, got some real... 2's going on a flank. Red 2's going on a flank. That's going to take a minute to come to full-fledgedness. A full-fledged flank. 4... Let's go check out 4 as these guys prepare to move on to village. I want to check this out. Looks like they shot somebody out. They shot Nomad out of the ZU. Flicker, or Moneyman has... Wow, look at that. They got a nice little foothold onto the ZU. Took out Nomad. Flicker's going to have to bandage.
Let's move around this way. Let's move around this way so we can get an angle.
Starting to take pot shots from the building.
Yeah, I really like this flank by 4. Yeah, Flicker goes down. Yeah, good flank by 4 is going to push in here. 1 moving into the factory now. He actually has a fire team spread out. This is good use of his fire teams by Storm, breaking them up, having them maneuver from different angles. Hopefully he's going to catch Red 1 trying to maneuver on the south. Red 3 looks like they're going to reinforce where necessary.
In the broken house.
Copy, yeah, I see it.
Where's the rest of the maneuvering now? Who's the maneuver? 2's, I like this maneuver by 2. I really like the maneuver by Red 2, and I really like the maneuver by Red 1. He's going to try and pincer in. He's just got to move quickly. Ooh, frag out, takes out Storm, and forces Outlaw to bandage. He got caught out in the middle of the field.
Copy that.
1 just got knocked out.
We're taking some fire.
Yeah,
Black
1 is held down.
to your southwest.
Pony, it's me. I'm taking command of 1.
1, do you have contact to your southwest?
Say again?
Now it's a big game of chess. Yeah, it's just going to be maneuver and counter maneuver and the aggressiveness from the Russians. I'm trying to keep... I like to get close in on the action, but it seems like I'm going to have to keep it wide so we can just keep an eye on these flanks. Base of fire here from 3 to... It's coming in now.
Alright, yeah, Phoenix, try and loop around the southwest. And,
1, where are you taking contact?
Alright, Phoenix, you're in E555 in that building, as well as I think E567 and...
Copy all. Do you want me to take from the south or from the west?
of those buildings?
Spacing, guys. Watch your spacing.
From the west. South, there's no cover down there. It's all open.
Copy that.
You'll get slaughtered.
Pony, we're going to set up a base of fire with my 2 fire teams at the 2 positions on the map. If 2 wants to push past and round us, we can do that.
Copy that. We also 3 are going to make a play for the factory. Yeah, send it forward.
We've cleared our street. We're going to start moving southeast.
Simultaneous flanks. Yeah, it's simultaneous flanks of Red 2 and Red 1. Red 2, they were coming in. I think they're trying to go really wide and come in from like directly their west. I think they should push in a little bit a more direct line. Really, yeah. Dwarf clears out his street. He's got control of it. Blue building's the only one he's really got to worry about. But from this building, he can put up a nice base of fire onto the factory. One broken up into 2 fire teams, one heading direct west, and the other trying to swing in and come in from the direct south, looks like. I like it. All of these squads are using their fire teams exceptionally well. Usually you see them just stick together as full squads, but it seems that's the second squad I've seen who's done exactly what they should be doing with their fire team and using them both as separate entities, and it just allows you to do so much more. We got a squad pushing up onto the wall. Pushing up onto Axe Gaming squad here on Factory. Not too many people here. Gained off Captain Dylan, made it back. I don't get shot. Axe Gaming, Hero, and Dubiscu. Only ones on defense. Frags onto the building, or onto Factory. Takes out some sandbags, forces Captain Dylan to bandage. Frag goes a little far. I think Militia can pull this off. Yeah, the Militia need to keep up their aggression, and they can't get... They're going to encircle them. Push in quick, push in quick. Here, here. Move, move, move. And they might be able to encircle this element here. 4 is the only one on the outside, clearing out their streets where they need to. But I do like the Militia's positioning. Update on kills. 3 kills for the Russians, 4 for the Militia. Russians managing to bring it back a bit. Close that gap. Oh no, you were on the wall. What are you doing?
Charlie, go over.
What are you doing? I don't know. I don't like this call. I think if you're gonna push in the factory, push in the factory. Red 2's moving in. Yeah, Red 2 is moving in, but they're still a little further back. They made it. They lived through that. How did it? Oh, Ninjalicious goes down to Seethers.
Second story, he's managing.
Here, I'm tossing a nade. I'm tossing a nade up there.
Albert Bly tries to push in, takes a shot to the neck and dies.
Good nade.
Oh, almost takes out Seethers. Seethers gets Bybee. That's 3 for Seethers right now. See, like what? There's no need to push this building. They should have just pushed factory. Lose the 3 guys pushing factory and take factory. It's okay.
If there's guys in the nursery house, just keep them inside the nursery house. Don't bother.
They need to tighten that noose. Yeah, 2's moving in 1. Red 1 versus blue 1. Really nice flank here. Let's see if Blackbeard can hold this off. Silent Dean Chavez in the grass. Hawk doesn't see him. Silent doesn't see them. It's just grass.
I'm gonna have to either pull back at west, pull back at east.
I'm gonna engage him
Pull back at west.
Hawk's gonna push Blackbeard. Hawk sees Dean Chavez. I mean, Hawk sees Dean Chavez, takes out Dean Chavez. Silent gets the return frag onto Hawk. Hesitation while breaching means death. Exactly. Hesitation without breaching means death. And pushing unnecessary buildings. Like, what was the tactical advantage of taking this building? You take out Seethers in the end, the goon, but Seethers, like, that value. Seethers got value out of holding that building with 4 kills. 7 kills. Jesus, that guy's a madman. He just destroyed almost a full squad on his own. 2 completes the flank. Dashby is alive? No, he dies. I was like, how is it that red and he is still alive? Nope, he does manage to bandage in time. Red 2 completes their flank. And they're pushing in. Only a matter of time. I think over blue since we're going to hear these come. Maintain that rear security. Is anybody maintaining the rear security? Nobody's maintaining rear security.
Squad 3 down to 2 guys. We're regrouping with squad 5.
Understood, 3. Alright, we need to attack the factory.
Command be advised, I have my Charlie element moving southeast down these buildings. They're going to attack factory from the north. Command, you have a request.
Yeah, 3, watch our flank.
Watch the flank. Get 3 to watch the flank. Okay. Get somebody to look back.
Understood.
Alright, Jacko 800. Okay, Makos goes down to Jacko 800. This guy knows how to use an MG. I think this is a good guy to have on rear security. Takes out Mako. Doesn't see Revy. He's just laying down suppression fire, letting him know, alright, we're looking this way now. You're going to have to think twice about pushing this direction. Let's go check out Phoenix as he tries to push in from the north.
Guy in the blue house to your east.
That's the problem with committing all squads. You need 1 in reserve. Yeah.
3, what do you got over there?
Yeah, you don't even need a full squad in reserve. You're not shot at monies. You're alright. You're alright. You're getting shot at from hydrogens. Or, yeah, hydrogen. But having a buddy team looking back, a fire team maintaining your security, or just one guy who can say, hey, there's people behind us, turn around, and then the other people can turn around.
Alright, 4-2,
it's something. You can't not have anybody on your security. But this aggression by Militia is just on point. Very impressive. Very active defense. 1 almost completely surrounded as he goes down to an IED. Does he go down to that IED? Or excuse me, satchel charge. He might. I don't know if he went down to the satchel charge, but the satchel charge definitely went off here in Assault's building. And good clear from them.
In the middle of town? Yeah, see, so like, look at the big forest, look at the town, you got the roads, you got 1 road in the north, 1 road in the south. There's a big island of forest in the middle there. Try and go like occupy
Echo 5? Echo 5-9?
Yeah.
Okay.
Echo 5-9.
There was contact in Fox 418. Not long ago.
I suspect they are not there anymore, because 1 is getting...
Round 2, no, Big Man, this is round 1. Nearing the mid-game of round 1, looks like 9 kills for the Russians, 20 for the Militia, actually nearing that end game at this point. As things went from 100 to 0 really quick.
We need to just go hit the factory. This is all
you want to push in?
Where did they go wrong? Was it it was lack of rear security for 1 element, Dwarf, great clearing. Storm and Phoenix had some great pushes on the south. They just didn't capitalize on anything. 3 had when they were here, I think this was what swung it, in my opinion. Right here, when they decided to vault over and try and take this green roof building, rather than pushing in and trying to take the factory itself. Nuclear Twist goes down to Liberal Pundit. Frag out. Gonna go too far. You gotta underhand it. It's on the roof. Yeah, wasting a fire team for 1 person definitely didn't get. Patrol got stopped cold. The patrol did. It's they didn't put their aggression in the right spot, I'd say, and they got flanked. Oh, look at that. Pony goes down. Looks like, yeah. Pony goes down. 3's holding strong. 2's completed the flank. Gonna connect in with 1. Yeah. It's nearing that end game, and it's gonna start falling apart for the Russians here quickly. Love Pony, right? Get in there and fight. Go, go, go.
Right, it's just us.
Update on how many blue is left. 1, 2. They got about 10. They got about a squad and some change. There's a couple guys over here. Let's go check these guys out because they're gonna die soon anyways. Yeah, they're gonna hold. They're not even gonna try and push out. Where's Lon hiding in all this? There's Lon, far east of everything. He's got all of his guys committed where they need to be. So many admin cams. It's gonna be. I probably can't have the map up for much longer. But the movement from the Russians was good. I really liked their opening movement. Unfortunately, 3 leading from the front went down super early. That's probably why his squad made some of the decisions they did. 4, Dwarf squad did some good work on the north. 1 and Phoenix's squad did some good work on the south. Their pieces were there. They just couldn't connect them and form a cohesive plan. So each individual element in different spots, they definitely did great. They just couldn't combine everything into a good working plan to complete their objective.
But nothing we can do about it now, really.
My team did some work on the custom map. Really great. Yeah. Alpha Guido pushing up. He doesn't realize how close they are. Total War has a firefight with Elite 06. Alpha Guido trying to get eyes on.
He's dead.
Alpha Guido takes out Bartok Warrior behind him. Doesn't see Total War.
There's 2 there behind trees.
More.
Goes down to Total War. Goes down to Total War. Yeah, it would be nice if we could make the other spectators visible. That's my #1 gripe with admin cam. And well, probably my #1 gripe is fix the 50 cal bug, because I like hearing that 50 cal shoot. We have open top MRAPs and we just can't ever hear them shooting admin cam. Second is get the spectator cams out of it. Looks like Elite 06 goes down to Revy on the flank. Right to the head. Is that it? 1, 2. What a clear from the Militia. What a very it's like, yeah, what an active clear. Like RP wise, it's like the Militia knew the terrain better and they utilized it to their advantage. Looks like Vladimir and Sled V, only 2 remaining. Yeah, but like RP wise, it's like the Militia, they knew their terrain. It's their home. They've got it. They're gonna defend it. Russian forces are coming from the major city. They don't know this. This isn't their home. They don't know what they're doing here. And the Militia managed to take advantage of the situation. Very active defense, very good flanks, and everything they did was really on point.
They have to move in on us.
They don't have to move in on you. You have to move in on.
Unless you want to like gloriously just.
They don't have to move in on you. You have to move in on them. You're on the attack. That 2-tap. Yeah. That's a rip for the Russia. 13 kills for the Russians. 36 for the Militia. They just didn't manage to convert anything into kills.
You feel like it? Oh, sure, go ahead. Yeah, let's go for it. We may get shot in the back when you saw them in the west the last time.
Well,
that's what I felt like. Yeah.
But I believe that was Doku and Ryu who took the shots. Maybe APA.
Hey, just smoke. Do you have smokes?
Watch them win the game. If like, they would be just gods if they could win the game. I would get an exact count on how many Russians are left, but it's something like almost 3 full squads. Like 22-ish people left. Give them the tags if they do that, right? Can they nick the truck? Unfortunately, no. Truck's out of gas, flat tires. They can use the guns, but they can't use the, they can't drive the truck. They can't drive the vehicle.
There's smoke if you want to try to...
Levy's afraid. Afraid to move. Use the smoke while you got it. Go, go, go. He got shot once. You're not the best place to bandage. Hurry up. Go while you can. There you go. Inevitable. Just get it over with. The whole enemy platoon still exists, right? It's like 22 more militia. They've got to go. It's an 11-to-1 advantage. Militia. What are they gonna do? They gonna go up? I mean, they had Caesars over here. He got 7 kills. Maybe. Not saying it's impossible.
Let's get in the trees over here.
No cover in between tires. Yeah.
Nah, they will shoot from the buildings. Somebody will see us.
Different approaches here. Do you stay near the buildings and then have the ability to go inside quickly if necessary, or do you try and get away from the buildings and use the tree as concealment? Definitely not cover. It's concealment.
It's okay. He's shooting at nothing.
Blood V shot at, goes down. It was a BVD runner who took the shot, possibly Hellcool. Ooh, yeah, I think that was actually BVD and Appa Hellcool. They're still trying to live. What they don't realize is there's no surviving. I mean, you're not wrong. Vladimir alone. His Russian platoon dead all around him. 1 versus 21 at this point. Maybe, probably still 22. I don't think they got another kill since I last counted. He'll go down here soon. That went from like 100 to 0 really quickly. They were losing guys left and right. They're gonna get spotted here on the north. No, he's too low to get spotted. Yeah. Nope, he got spotted. Free Stalker. Sneaky spot from Free Stalker. He knows. What did they shoot at? Yeah, last known position probably. Vladimir knows. Takes out Free Stalker. Not sneaky enough, Free Stalker. Not sneaky enough. He do it. Is he gonna go off? Is Vladimir gonna go Rambo? Vladimir goes down to Appa as he tries to vault over that wall. And that is GG for the Russians. Nice try. Again, I said it, excuse me, I said it earlier. They had pieces that were great. Dwarf squad did great. Phoenix's squad did great. Like, all the squads, they moved and got to their separate positions correctly. They just couldn't capitalize and combine that into a nice cohesive line to push
Vladimir, your feet
in
were
on.
clipping through the wall, so they knew exactly where you were.
That's rough. Nice try, guys.
Nice try though. They almost managed. Their allocation of aggression. The buildings they pushed were just not the buildings they needed to push, and they really paid for it. I harken back to Squad 3 when they pushed that building and they gave Caesars 7 kills. Unnecessary push. The building wouldn't have been advantageous to push factory in anyways, so there's really no point in even attempting. Just post a guy outside, watch that main window, and get ready for him to run out. Way to not kill with feet through the wall. Yeah, good on him. Don't do it. Yeah, you kind of know where it is, but it's not like spirit of the up, I guess would be. Wouldn't shoot somebody's. Well, first off, their feet wouldn't be clipping through the wall in real life, but you know. Gonna go ahead and swap teams. Pony will play Militia, Londarts and his team will play Russians, and we will see how these guys will complete their objectives. Set up for this next round. The white screen of death. What a quick round. Yeah, and we're here for round 2. For those of you who don't know, this is Operation Knockdown. I'm your commentator for this evening's Shadowed Ritual, and I'll go ahead and bring up the map. Actually, no. First, so this mission is a stoplight op. Russian forces are tasked with doing one of 3 missions in the area, and militia forces are tasked with defending them. But before I go into more detail about this mission and what exactly these guys have to do, let's go ahead and go over who's leading this, the platoon's leadership-wise. Londarts is platoon lead for the Russians with his squad leads D-League, Axe Gaming, Total War HQ, and Assault. For the militia forces, we have platoon lead Pony with his squad leads Phoenix,
I've already got the
Dwarf,
kit myself as well. I'll be riding
Storm,
BTRs.
and it was William FBD. Yep, William FBD is for squad lead. So, as squad leads, like the teams are stacked. Both teams are like very stacked leadership wise, and it's gonna come down to just maneuvering and the individual public player and fire team leads. I feel squad leads. Sometimes the squad lead goes down, and that puts a lot of pressure on that fire team lead. And let's see how well he can react. Let's see how.
Thanks, Fu. All right, D-League.
I don't know which route he chose.
If you can have 2 engineers.
Squad name well. Yeah, he went down super early.
And 1 GL. Copy. Axe. If you can take 3 GLs.
Okay.
Oh, who's he giving the BTRs to?
Total War. If you can have an ammo bearer and 2 MGs.
Copy.
I think he's going green route. Awesome, he's going green route. This gives me time to go over this mission.
We should have a reasonable amount of time to go through the plan.
Alright, sorry, Ryan.
So this mission, let's bring up the map, is, I said before, a stoplight mission. Russian forces are tasked with clearing the village area of any militia activity for their main battalion to move through the area. They can be starting with the red mission, clearing a weapons cache at the factory location marked in red. Yellow mission is clearing out 2 of 3 ZU trucks with a possibility of them being in 3 of 4 locations marked in yellow. And then there's the green route, which the Russians are tasked with clearing 3 of 5 roadblocks anywhere along the green dotted line. I am fairly certain they chose the green route.
2 GLs at this time. My squad's not full.
Okay, yeah, yeah. I believe they chose the green route just because of the GLs. Like, yeah, they have the GLs, so yeah, no other kit, no other
make a vehicle squad with the
asset.
Chose.
We can make it per asset.
Okay. We'll put all of you in that squad then.
Assault, if you want to stick them in my squad, that's okay.
They already started their squad. If you want to just let them roll, they have command comms. There's just more guys with command comms, you know.
All right, we'll keep it at.
Unless you want them, I mean, your call, bud.
Good little group of guys in the BTR.
Yeah, if they'd hop into join my squad instead, I think it'll be easier.
Copy.
Alright, be advised, I now have 3 GLs. We are good to go.
Eyes are blinded by the clouds. Yeah, yeah. It's a very foggy map.
Buddy, go and join Londarts' squad.
Okay, join Londarts' squad. 1 sec. All right.
Yeah, get those guys in. Look. GLs, 3 GLs, dear God. Yeah, the assets are crazy. So I did go over the mission. They have chosen a green mission, so they're gonna have to choose. They're gonna have to clear 3 of 5 roadblocks in the on the roads marked with the dotted green line. What assets will they have to complete their objective? 1 squad lead, 1 fire team lead kit, 2 automatic riflemen, 1 light anti-tank kit, and 1 medic per squad. The platoon armory, which the platoon lead can deal out as he sees fit, are 2 MGs, 2 engineers, 4 grenadiers, 2 ammo bearers, and 2 BTR 80s. So they've got a shit ton of assets that they have to complete their objectives. Silent Hill, anyone reminds you? Yeah, definitely has a Silent Hill vibe going on here. And with how like crazy fast the militia maneuvered and got in behind the enemy, like that's probably what the Russians were thinking last round, is where they're coming from. They're just coming out of the fog. They're melding in out of the fog. Assets for the Russian, depending on what they the militia, depending on what they choose, they have 2 options. With shovels, we will survive, which includes 1 squad lead, 2 fire team leads, 2 automatic riflemen, 1 medic, the platoon armory of 2 RPGs, 2 scouts, 2 medium machine guns, 4 engineers, 2 ammo bearers, and 3 static ZU trucks. It's a lot of infantry assets, a lot of building equipment, and a lot of ability to just dig into these buildings and hold out the Russians. If they choose the other option, which is if you can't catch us, you can't kill us, it's a vehicle option, which includes 1 squad lead, 1 fire team lead, 1 automatic rifleman, 1 medic, and the platoon armory, which includes 2 RPGs, 2 ammo bearers, and vehicles including 2 Dishka techies, 1 SPG techie, 1 trans techie, and then the 3 static ZU trucks, which are their defense objectives. So a lot more techies. Probably gonna go with shovels. Almost definitely gonna go with shovels. I feel like it outweighs the cons, or like techies are so hard to use effectively that why put so much pressure onto those techies to be effective and destroy the BTRs when you could just have more RPGs or, you know, engineers to blow up the BTRs if necessary. Like techies, you have to be a very skilled and a very communicative driver and gunner pair to use that SPG techie especially effectively. And if they don't get their value out, then there's no point. You might as well have had, you know, 2 extra MGs and 4 extra engineers rather than 1 extra SPG techie. Infantry option all day. Get a lot more toys and explosives. I agree. Yeah. As these guys get set up for their get set up in the area. Are they going over platoon brief? They are going over platoon brief. I'm missing it. No, they're not. Yeah. Going over squad brief. Let's go ahead and listen into Londart's and his squad brief or platoon brief.
Suppressing everything and anything. Alright, I don't want you like trying to one-tap targets. I just want you spraying the hillside to the north, every building, etc. The dismounts, which will be the whole platoon, basically, and I'll get to the squad assignments in a second, they'll be responsible for various buildings in terms of breaching. So we're going to have us responsible for breaching this blue building here, Skull and Crossbones, very important building. It's a whole squad going in there. There's a green building, it's also 2-story, and that's Skull and Crossbones, a whole squad going in there. So our breaching squads, who did I give the engineer to? I gave that to... Who did get all the
2 to 4.
Alright, 2 to 4. 4. You're going to be taking the green building, Foxtrot 548. Your mission is to basically own that building. Alright, use breach charges, etc. Get in there, take control of it. BTRs will be providing suppression to the north. Also shooting those buildings after we get up. Alright, assault. Your squad is going to be taking the smaller building just to the left BTR. That's Foxtrot 544.
Understood.
Our western squad. Total War. you've got the HMGs, right? I want you to take control of the building Echo 565.
How are you guys doing? Do you need anything?
We're good.
Okay. I may have to restart my PC because Discord has just crashed for me. So I may be gone for just a moment.
Roger. So total wall, that building Echo 565. It's a 2-story, it's a blue building. You're going to take control of that entire building, alright? You'll be responsible
Hopefully
for
he
not
doesn't,
only taking that
because
building,
these guys
but
get
our
set up. Let's go check out the
western
terrain that these guys are going to be working with. Looks like he's going to go for a southern push moving north with all of their assets. Really wants, he's going to put a lot of focus onto these buildings right here. This blue building, this crumbling building, and this green buildings. These 2 green buildings. Yeah, and if they can get a foothold here, it's going to really allow them to maneuver in a couple different ways and allow them to push into the center forest and possibly clear out the side. Are roadblocks getting set up yet? We'll see what these roadblocks are and how that will play into the Russian hand. Is round 2 started yet? No, Boxy Rake1. Round 2 has not started in the setup phase for round 2. After a fairly quick round 1, honestly. I think that first round was only about 45 minutes. 45 minutes to an hour. Which, in recent memory, this... it's a relatively short op. Most of our ops have been going friggin' long, like an hour 15, hour and a half. Which on Saturday I'm okay with, but when on those Wednesday ops, when they get that long, it gets late. Wait, so this isn't round 2? This is round 2. This is round 2. We're getting set up for round 2. That is. Militia forces getting their guys into buildings, getting them set up, ready to go for their mission. Looks like Russians just doing their command brief and having individuals hang out. We still have a chance to get in? I'm not sure. Let me check. Live up looks fairly full. Yeah, looks like we are fairly full here. Maybe they might bring in one more person, but what's his face? Food just DC'd to restart his computer. And he is one of the admins. One of those spots is 100% his. Probably not Kyle. We may bring in one, but not sure. Not the event admin for this round. Forever. I'm not an event admin. I'm just gonna commentate. Easier. The event admin do so much work to keep these events running smoothly, and they do great work. They definitely help these events move quickly and efficiently, and they're constantly getting better. Someone yell at Halibrad to talk to pre-oppers. So here's what the roadblocks are going to look like. Simple. Just 2 wooden walls. And there are going to be 5 of them along this road. And fork off here. But there are going to be 5 of them along this road. Russians have to destroy 3 of them. Event team, best team. I don't know. We'll see. Event team's I8 team. Where's the other roadblocks? That was 1. Who's looking forward to session 2 D-Day style op? Oh wait, are we doing that operation from the campaign? The name Red Storm Rising or something? No, wait a minute. That's that Vietnam game. Like I'm bringing up the calendar. But if it's the op from the campaign, it's insane. Trident's Tip. Yeah, this is the same one from the campaign, or similar to the campaign. Yeah, this is gonna be insane. the strikers are actually amphibious, so they can drive right up onto the beach. I'm not sure if they're gonna have the same assets that they had for the campaign, because they had something crazy like 107mm mortars, and there were respawns involved and shit like that. Like, it was some crazy stuff. What campaign? For those of you who don't know, we haven't done one in a minute. During long weekends, like Labor Day weekend, Memorial Day weekend, and things like that, XBit likes to try out different mechanics and stuff during long campaigns. We've done it two ways. The campaign where you play as the same side every single, well, the commanders play as the same side every single time. The puppies they swap sides depending on which session they decide to join. But commanders, like, will play Russian throughout the entire campaign, or US throughout the entire campaign, and it can get insane. They usually have different things that XBit is trying to test out. Like, he tested out the silencers, we tested out the 107mm mortars, we tested out respawning and timed respawns and things like that. And it's things in scopes. We had a marksman in that campaign, and it's just something different that's not exactly our One Life event with our set rules. And we're getting lined up for the platoon brief. We'll see what happens.
Lone looks very angry.
He's angry at us.
Did Mortis TK'd a lot of people, Mr. Easy. A lot. I don't know. I think they TK'd more than they actually hit the enemy. You do them a lot more often. I like them a lot conceptually. Yeah, it's because they're usually so long. There's something like 8 or 9 strings of missions that make a campaign, and it was actually something crazy. Like, we had ops. We had 2 sessions on. We had a session Friday, 2 on Saturday, a session on Sunday, and a session on Monday. That's a lot of squad ops for a weekend. Can't do it all the time just because of how much that actually is. We gotta keep them. We gotta keep them where people keep them rare enough where people actually want to.
First round, good effort.
At them.
This round, we're choosing the green route. So that means our objective as the Russian team is to clear 3 or 5 roadblocks. Those roadblocks start in the Foxtrot 3 grid. So I'll mark with my little move markers. There's going to be 1 in the Foxtrot 2 grid, 1 somewhere in the Foxtrot 4 grid. Must be on that main central road that runs north to south. There's going to be 1 in the Foxtrot 5 grid. There's going to be 1 somewhere in the Echo 5 grid. And again, the last one's going to be somewhere in the Echo 4 grid. Our mission is to take down, stakes and all, 3 of those. The exact locations, that's up to the militia, but marked generally on the map at the moment is potentially approximate. So, in terms of our plan, from live we'll be mounting up into our magnificent BTR 80s, travelling east, out to the Hotel India line. From there we'll be moving south to approximately Hotel 525. We'll move into a final staging position somewhere around the reinforcement point. From here, we'll be doing a headlong run straight at the red BTR marks that you can see marked on your map. If you want to take a moment, everyone, to zoom in on those. We're going to have 2 squads basically in the eastern BTR, 2 squads in the western BTR. Just to the south of those BTRs is a little slope where the entire platoon can dismount in safety. BTRs will drop smoke, but they will not stop. So once you hear the call to dismount, go ahead and press F and you will dismount. Now, each particular squad has a particular assignment, particular building to clear. Total War Squad will be taking the building Echo 565. That is the one that's marked with the skull and crossbones. If you're in his squad, remember it is the blue 2-story. It's a key building for us to take. Assault Squad will be taking the small compound Foxtrot 544. On the skull and crossbones. D-League Squad is taking another key building. It's a green 2-story building. So if you're in D-League Squad, you are looking for a green 2-story building. You'll be assaulting that. Axis Squad will be moving east, getting a foothold on that little building, as well as the forest that is out on the MG mark. That's our initial posture. So it's going to be a hot drop. Go in there hard and fast with the BTRs. BTRs will drop smoke just before those houses I've talked about. infantry will dismount, BTRs will not stop, BTRs will get up with their noses on the road and start firing. Start suppressing north in the hills. The enemies could be, as we were, positioned maybe even up to 2 squads in that north little island forest area. So just be wary of that. Total war squad on the west, be wary of our western flank and any forces that might try and come from, and I'll mark it, the factory area, Echo 582, to flank from the west. Axis squad out in the far east will be protecting from any maneuvers from the enemy to the northeast and north. And assault squad and then D-League squad will be getting into the forest north once we clear that south side of the road. I also expect us to see somewhere in the Fox 5 area on the MSR one of the roadblocks. So that will be our primary first objective. As to who and how we assault that, we'll have to figure it out when we see where it is and get an idea of how many enemies there are. It's highly likely that if we're fast in this assault, we'll be successful. The enemy forces are probably going to be spread thin, so we get in there hard and fast, take out first roadblock, get 2 squads into the forest, and then we'll reassess, either moving west, clearing out our next roadblocks, or east, depending on where we see the militia coming from. All right, it's a little bit of a complex plan, so I apologize for that, but we are blessed with enough time to talk about it. So anyone have any questions?
Got one question, Lawn Darts.
Go ahead.
Are you familiar with the power of these satchel charges? Are they going to be sufficient for taking out roadblocks?
You know, that is an excellent question. I tested it earlier today. They will not take down the wooden roadblocks. It's they'll only save you about 3 or 4 digs. So don't use your satchels on the roadblocks. Use your satchels to clear buildings that you suspect militia to be held up in. Also, just speaking of kits that have explosives in them, it's everyone's responsibility to keep their eyes out for mines on the roads. Keep your eyes out for IEDs, especially when you're digging down the roadblocks. Assume there's an IED around it somewhere, so please don't all go in and start digging. You know, just nominate 1 or 2 lucky guys with shovels who should have their eyes out for an IED, and the rest of you get security for those guys to dig. All right, so once we clear our 3 roadblocks or die in the attempt, we will exfil in either Echo 5-1. There's a building here that I'll mark, but really any building will do. Or alternately Foxtrot 3-7. Which one is basically up to whoever's left alive at that point, assuming we've gotten the 3 roadblock down that we need to get down before we can exfil. All right, any more questions? All right, excellent. Let's mount up.
All right, so Kyle Bennett asked, so this is for squad. What is for squad? What we're doing? Or squad ops? So something squad ops group makes for the game squad? I mean, these events are something we run with using the game squad. Like, we have no say in where the actual direction of the game itself goes, but we use, like, the SDK, and we use their maps, and, like, this is a custom map, but, and the assets to run our squad ops One Life events, if that's what you're asking. If you need to clarify, then go ahead, and I'll try and answer it a little bit better. I love when we get the platoon briefs. Definitely think it's worth delaying live. I love a good platoon brief. Some squad leads had sort of fallen in favor of doing individual squad briefs, and I didn't like it, but they seem to have grown back into wanting to do full-on platoon brief. Mission 1 or 2, Grey Man. This is mission 2 or round 2. That's where I couldn't figure out the word. This is round 2. We just started, just went live, getting people mounted up still. So they've got a few minutes.
Let's organize. I think some of these BTRs squads in them.
BTRs, make sure that you start ferrying guys to Hotel 615.
Alright, these guys are getting going. Let's take a look at Russian positioning, or excuse me, militia position. They got red 2 on the northwest, red 1 in the middle, red 4 on the northeast, red 3 watching factory proper. Very hardened up on the northern point, or the northern part of the map. Red 3 is going to be the only one to really come into contact quickly.
Command, should our guys start running that way towards you?
Yeah, just head on foot with me.
Copy.
Starting to move. Took a little bit.
I thought that we could outrun the BTRs.
Oh, it's because they're having to go uphill. Okay, I was like, why are they going so slow? They got it. They're moving.
Just
keep going.
Good. Yeah, D-Link. You want to come out to the east? Copy.
I really like the terrain of this map. This valley is really nice. It's like, it's not super steep, and it still looks like a valley, and the tree cover is good. Like, nice map. Nice gradual valley. Man, Silent's trying to go like northeast almost. A fire team moving, or a buddy team moving out to the east of Albert Blythe and Raft. They may spot this, or at least hear it. See. Can't hear anything. Nothing yet.
Switch forward, just try and head due east. Everyone on foot, tell you guys to head due east. Copy.
Yeah, I don't think they can hear anything yet. Still pretty far out.
I wonder if Pony made it like this so we couldn't do this.
He actually modded the map between round switches.
They're figuring out a path. It's like the Germans through the Ardennes. They're gonna get through there. They're not gonna expect you to get through there. You're gonna do it. Yeah, they're figuring out a path. They're picking up some speed. And actually, they're almost in position. May come into some, or they got Red 4 moving east trying to intercept these infantry. I don't think they realize this infantry. They're actually moving southeast to try and intercept BTRs. Really just trying to get eyes on the east. Red 2 going to hold that north position, make sure they're not coming in from their northwest. Red 1 moving southwest to watch their western flank. Red 3 continuing to hold village, or excuse me, factory proper. Oh, where'd they go? Like a glove. They're doing it. It's a really good thing we got some skilled drivers in these BTRs, because this is it looks easier than it actually is.
Factory.
Yep. Alright, y'all are gonna be dismounting shortly.
Go, 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 you got it.
Get over
Go.
this hill.
There you go.
Everybody rock forward.
Highly doubt that would help a vehicle at this size.
Just came back. What is going on? BTRs are moving through the woods and trying to get into their position on the south part of the map before they try to clear out these roadblocks. You got Blue 4 and Blue 2 moving south along the east side of the map, getting ready to move in. Red 4 moving east to try and intercept anybody that tries to move along this east side. Red 1 moving southwest to the ZU, possibly to this west side of the map. Red 3 spreading out a little bit from factory proper into these houses on the south. Red 2 still on the northwest.
To be spotted BTRs when you come back. Try and pick the fastest way you can. We're in a lot of trees here on this column.
Are they allowed to respawn if they got ran over and died?
Yes.
Oh no, liberal. Yeah, they're gonna on respawn, and that was a bug. Usually you can't actually die from getting run over. Imagine though, like if like squad in general had a, if you get hit by a vehicle you die. First off, I would be driving a techie around everywhere just trying to ram people. Secondly, the team kills would be insane off of live, just insane. But if they had collision where you actually died if you got hit, techie all the way.
Do you want our squads pushing in already or just waiting?
Negative. But if you can get spread out, get security on that point X, so you're in charge of northern security, get you guys nicely spread out too. If you can just have western.
Fortunately, we don't have any commands set up. We will get them set up. I've been working on them slowly. We've been slowly trying to update our Twitch page, our YouTube page, pictures, and all that jazz. And we'll work on getting the commands set up. If you got any questions, I can try and answer them like the bot would.
One to command, everything west of me for the next 300 meters is wide open, so the troop movements will probably want to avoid that.
Roger that one. If you have room to move to your north and concealment, do so.
It says one.
I think they're gonna be able to get these guys in, get going, no problem.
Route for the BTRs. There's no trees and they can really blitzkrieg in, but if we have infantry pushing in on foot, they're probably going to want to take this route going now, northwest.
Alright, perfect, so you're engulfed.
Red 4 is just going to become cut off if these BTRs hurry up, yeah.
Everything to my south.
Well, not necessarily cut off, but just left out to dry. Like, where there's no point in them being there. Red 3, so they know, they hear them now. Red 4 100% hears these BTRs, or heard these BTRs as they move, prompting command or Pony to move his platoon, Red 1 into village to take charge of that, Red 3 into the buildings that command or that blue team wants to take charge of, and to hold that. Red 2 could probably maneuver at this point. Yeah, it looks like 2's having his buddy team fall back. Yeah, Red 2 could probably remaneuver at this point and get these guys on the east. There's the only questionable lack of movement that I'm seeing. Everyone else has had some pretty solid movement. And even I'd agree, maybe not send the full squad out to the east, but send a fire team out here. Try and interdict anybody you can. Just slow them down. But committing a full squad is not it's not the wrong choice, I'd say.
From my position here, there's eyes on.
That's an ID near 3. That's nasty. Let's go check it out. Let's go check out these. These are almost 100% mines. Let's go check out.
Yes, I do.
Alright,
right here.
Assault. Can you advise 3 the best way to move to your position in concealment? 3, you're going to be taking up a position just to the north of assault.
Here, it's a mine.
Copy that.
I have my basic course tomorrow. Looking forward to taking part in some of these. Awesome, Fades. Awesome. Can't wait to see you.
Alright, squad leads.
Trying to have basic tomorrow too. Awesome. Great. Yeah, dude. Basic is really fun. Only 45 minutes to an hour long to complete the course. Then you can participate on any and all of our Squad Ops One Life events. If you're interested in participating, check it out. SquadOps.gg. It is all on the calendar. You miss anything? Nope, not yet, Mr. Easy. Still, BTR still moving through the woods, dismounting infantry, and getting these guys moving in. Who do you think is going to win? Last time, the Militia won pretty handedly. But that might have just been from misplaced aggression from the Russians attacking buildings that were unnecessary, where the Russians this time have clear objectives, get these I guess last time they did have clear objectives. Easier objective of just, not easier, but a simpler objective of assault this building and take out the fob. This time they're going to have to assault and clear out 3 of 5 of these roadblocks scattered along the road. There's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, 3. If you get in a fog,
and
the exact route I took, you'll have concealment from the building.
5 routes. Probably gonna be those ones on the south. That one and this one probably gonna be left out. No point in going this far north. They're really gonna focus on these roadblocks here. You got a nice little shot of all 3.
There's a few trees and some bushes you can get across that field with concealment.
Alright, squad 2 and squad 4.
We'll see what happens though. I'm not actually sure who's gonna win. To put it lightly.
Keep a low profile. Squad 2 looted.
Oh no.
Point to command, I'm pretty sure we have not been spotted. I think we can get the infantry squads up here in position before they hear the BTRs.
Right there.
Roger.
I cannot hear the BTRs from up.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
BTRs rolling.
Yeah, there's a building
Stay
right
in
there.
the trees.
Yeah, just hide.
The road's right there.
Copy.
3 if you could push to your north. Once you're on the north of 1. 1 if you could push basically due west.
Yours moving. Londart's leading from the rear might actually put himself in more danger than the rest of his platoon, as 4 is moving to try and catch up to the BTRs. Probably going to run into command.
Alright, I got audio on BTRs now, so I would assume the enemy does as well.
Pax, I want you getting up there to your northwest fairly aggressively, getting you guys online, protecting from any enemy movement.
Look at them move in. Look how quickly they can move in. Let's see how close they can get. They're going to get them on these buildings.
There's a lot of truck.
God, great use of their smokes there. Freestalker's the only one who goes down. They're being engaged from Phoenix in this building. They took out 2, maybe 3 guys, but the aggression's there. Phoenix goes down. Blue buildings to clear. Both green buildings are going to be secured in a matter of moments as Assault pushes in and tries to secure his. Great aggression here as the militia, as the Russians secure their foothold. Very well coordinated. Great use of the BTR smokes. They lost a handful in the engagement, but that's what happens on the assault. You're going to take some casualties, but it wasn't massive casualties, and the Russians still have this upper hand. They're going to be able to hold this, or moving direct west off of this aggression. Not even going to try and continue south anymore. No longer going to flank, just going to try and reinforce the point. Red 2, going to try and move along the road. We'll see what happens with them. Red 1, we'll see what happens with them. 0 to 100 in seconds, right, Mr. Uzi? Let's hope they keep up this aggression. I agree, Razor. That was amazing. Yeah, boy. Yeah, definitely. First, good drive to the driver. I don't think you died to the driver. Phoenix was in this green building here, and he had a really good crossfire. Like, he was firing onto you guys as you dismounted. Here. He had really nice shots, just firing at you guys, just firing through this fence, and he took out at least 2, maybe 3 of you guys. Let me check, actually. Phoenix. Oh, he didn't get any kills, but his squad got some kills. Really nice foothold here. They've got all of the buildings they were told they needed to secure. And they're pushing across. They're going to try and get this foothold in the field. Keep up that aggression. Keep it up. They got to maintain this aggression. They got to maintain this momentum. Couple seconds earlier dismount, I could have gotten behind things. Yeah. Assault, get his guys across the street. They're gonna try and get a foothold in the center forest. What else is going on? 4 remaneuvering, 2 remaneuvering. They're moving south here. Everybody's trying to remaneuver. 2 should move north. 2 should move south.
My Bravo team in the woods.
Good call to maintain northern security. Using the roadblocks for cover, right? Roadblocks for cover, and the roadblocks are almost down. Dark Milkshake, health pool, digging that down. Assault's probably a little too close. Where are the IEDs? Where are the IEDs? Nowhere near them. There's no skull mark. Mine. Mine, 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 mine. Are they gonna hit it? Are they gonna hit it? They're gonna hit it! They ran over it! BTR down to a mine. I mean, that's a small win for the militia. They've got one of those BTRs down, but the Russians, I still say, have that upper hand. Yeah, rip BTR. And they've got a nice little foothold in the forest. It's going to open up their northern flank really nicely. Where are they going to maneuver from here? I guess they're going to try and go for that roadblock to their southwest. Or excuse me, direct west.
To your northwest. Copy. What's the progress on the roadblock?
We took the first one down. It's gone.
Roger, 4. I need you to cross the road with 1. We need to take control of that forest in the center.
This forest right here is what he's talking about. Really good assault here. They got to maintain this momentum, though. They can't stall out and allow the rest of the militia to remaneuver. Specifically, 2. They cannot allow Red 2. They put so much pressure on this northern push. Look at the assets that are here. This is all of their mines and IEDs.
Squad 4, I need you to get across the road in the forest, pronto. Squad 4, do you copy?
Squad 4 copies.
Alright, do you acknowledge last? I need you across the road as soon as possible.
Get them moving.
1 to 4. I'm gonna keep edging north so I make room for you here, so we don't get bundled up.
Hey, there's a guy suppressing us in F418. We're trying to get eyes on him now. In that building.
Roger.
That's a 2-story, right?
Correct.
I think moving via buildings would be better than the forest. Yeah, I agree. I think moving through the buildings would be better, but on that same hand, have a squad in here and maintain control of this, because it's going to open up you to maneuver outside of these buildings. Like, you don't necessarily need to move through the buildings, but moving along the buildings would be good, because you don't want to clear out unnecessary buildings. We saw that last round. The Russians fell prey to that, where they pushed a building, they lost 7 guys to it, and it wasn't an objective. Here, use the buildings for cover, and then have a squad in the forest to maintain that security. You're not going to get snuck up on. So yeah, you got to kind of do the best of both worlds. This is a little oversaturated. Just putting fire down on factory, nothing really there. This is a little oversaturated. Get these guys out of there and get these guys. I guess they're trying to maintain suppression on that roadblock. They're pushed through the force really quickly, and they did. See, this is where they're gonna fall prey. If they try and push into this, I don't think it's gonna end well. Put an IED here. Ooh, assault's gonna firefight. Frisker goes down to assault. Yeah, assault's gonna win that every time. Cyclone takes out 1.
Get the rest of your forces up there with you. 4 if you can support 1. Access, work. Keep on sweeping like you are in a clockwise fashion through the forest.
Counterclockwise. But Axe understood. Axe understood. Don't push. I don't know. I don't like the idea of pushing these buildings if you don't need to, but it looks like they're going to be able to overwhelm this. Good assaults. Good on assault for keeping up this aggression. Dangerous having the SL on point before entry. Yeah, that's Assault's leadership style in a nutshell, though. Assault is always in the front, and it works out for him more often than I think it should. But he's just so, like, he's good. He knows, like, he's a great shot, so he knows he can win most firefights. And sometimes you got to have one of those follow me kind of squad leads. And if it's gonna be anybody, it might as well be Assault. His name fits so well.
Right up here.
Okay, Webber, follow me.
See that window right there?
They've got control of this building. The only one remaining is Viper.
Set up a breach.
Update on kills: 8 for the Russians, 7 for the militia. Even game so far. But I would say Russians are in the driver's seats. Frag round out onto Fiber. Dark Milkshake misses the shot.
Oh, okay, okay. The interior corner. Yeah, right there, right there. Drop it there, and then back up.
Alright.
Everyone back!
Yeah, back up, guys, back up.
Hang on a second. 2, I need you to take the red building to your northwest.
I need you to get further back.
Satchel down, satchel down!
Alright, no mercies, satchel down. I like it, I like it. They don't know there's anybody in that building. Might as well use your assets before you lose them.
You're looking straight at it. Get to your northeast. Just 418.
Copy that, yeah, spotted.
Pax, don't let them have any breathing room in that building.
Good IED, or a good satchel charge. They do need to clear this out though. So many windows at the complex. Control, like.
436.
To the north of 1.
Yeah.
Please suppress it.
The reason he, I do like once he confirms enemy presence, he had his guys pull up in and had them begin clearing. This is the reason he runs a CQC hit pocket. Yeah, Assault does definitely run that that CQB course. He's good at it. Love the passion in his voice. Yeah, comms are so good. Comms are really, really good for the Russian team right now.
They got it locked down from the factory.
Don't try and cross that road though until 2
Let's go ahead and swap for another squad. Let's go check out somebody else. I feel like I'm focusing a lot on Assault's team. Axe may be spreading his guys out a little too much. Like I don't know. I don't think it's necessary to send Hero, Liberpun, and Dokugan Reel that far out. But I understand he's going to try and maintain control over his north flank.
Do we have armor bearers?
Roger. Do you have any eyes on the roadblock too?
Say again, command.
Any eyes on the roadblock?
Staring at one.
I don't see anyone over here.
Hold on.
Staring at one. It's right here.
It's to your left. It's to your left.
Right here.
It's literally one to the left.
Do you see the roadblock?
Right underneath us to the west.
Totally.
Yeah.
Literally take a 90-degree turn to your left.
Like 20 meters away from us.
Oh yes. Yeah, copy.
They got it. Total War saw it. Everybody was like, "It's right here. It's right here." He got it eventually.
That dug down. Do you need BTR support?
That'd be great. We don't see anything, but just in case, that'd be great.
Alright, BTR's maneuvering. Once BTR's in position 2, make sure you use smokes. Get 2 guys out there to dig it down.
Frag round out onto Outlaw. Actually, I'm not sure who shot that frag round out. Outlaw goes down.
Copy, shoot back.
Good advice from Londarts. They're shooting at you. Shoot them back. That's how you win. Kill them and don't get killed. It's easy.
Roger. 3, do you have eyes on a roadblock near you?
Negative at this time. We're trying to.
Alright, we're gonna watch 2 for a little bit longer. Actually, no. This right here. Squad 3 is gonna try and push across the street, coming into contact with Subway Samurai and Kurt Cobain. Don't get shot. Let's see. He cursed his name. Is he gonna get shot? Oh, he's got a GL. He's got a GL. Put a GL round in there, man. Oh, who's that? Captain Dylan goes down. Subway Samurai gets return frag from I'm not sure who.
I'm gonna hit it with a
Yeah.
Get it?
Exactly. I don't think it's close enough to arm. Actually, great GL. Great GL.
That didn't work.
Yeah, no, it did.
Doing
it
the
did.
same thing.
I don't think it's gonna.
No, it did. It went off. Is that friendly? Actually, it might have been. Honestly, somebody can clip that and go check. It might have been Kurt Cobain who accidentally took out the guy who was on top. Because I have honestly no idea where else it could have been from.
Make sure you use the best assets to breach these buildings. All explosives should go up first before.
Yeah, it looked like it. Kurt panicked. Alright, let's go check out 2 as they try and push through.
Roger, covering.
2, progress.
Yeah, we're digging them down right now. We are taking a fire from the west. Still.
Roger.
Good suppression fire. See, they don't know where things are. They're just shooting at buildings. Places where they could be. That's how it works.
Be advised. My northern
We are real quick scratching.
It looks like there's probably a roadblock somewhere in F457. There's a lot of contact there.
I'm pushing up.
Roger that, Axe.
Hey,
How
Roger,
much
I'm
contact
watching,
I need to know
left side.
exactly.
I'm right.
Hold one.
Oh, Pika.
Command, roadblocks are down. Roadblocks are down.
Okay, I'll go left.
Still
I'll
watching
go
left.
right. You go left.
Roger that,
1, 2, 3.
mount up in the bench.
What is?
One to command. I got my fire team.
Oh, 3 down.
Proceed north.
That was such a lack. I got shot. He got shot. Okay, it was such a like lackluster push. They weren't quick enough. They didn't move in quickly. I don't think he gave him enough time because I'm going in 1, 2, 3, go. I'm going in on 3. You know, give him some information before you just run in. The other guy who was supposed to go left look left and then looked right. Unfortunate. Kurt Cobain's gonna make it out of there with 3 kills. Assault Squad has done a good job cleaning out this building. Viper's still there somehow.
There's also going to be contact southwest.
Did no one have nades? I think most of them were grenadiers. That's 2 roadblocks down. They need to get a 3rd. Update on kills: 11 for the Russians, 14 for the Militians.
We're not going to hit a mine. 1, I need you to see if there's a roadblock to your west.
Copy. I got shot from the west. I looked down the street and I didn't see one.
Roger. 4, I need you moving also to your west. There should be a roadblock somewhere in Act 4.
Yeah, they're leaving a roadblock, an undefended roadblock, but essentially there's only 2 people here defending this roadblock.
Squads 1 and 4, you're looking for a roadblock in Echo 4. That's going to be west of U4, southwest of U1. 1 and 3, you're going to hold the contact you've got. 4, you're going to move west and look for the roadblock.
Yeah, I don't know why they're trying to go like north. Go west. No, not northeast. I want you to go west.
Want me to check that?
Yeah, if you can watch rear.
I'm on rear security.
I saw the guys right in front of me. I don't know if they saw us.
Oh, I see them. I'm gonna hide. They saw me. They just saw me.
4 to 1. We're gonna be ready to move.
Close northwest.
Did we lose one? Frag out.
4, I need you to move west. D-League, open your map. Look at which direction west is, right? Straight along west.
I'm gonna crawl just a little bit east so we got a little bit more spacing.
I repeat, there must be a roadblock somewhere in Echo
4. Because Kurt got 4 technically. I mean, technically at 4.
Out here in the woods on me, close.
Roger, I need you to hold them off. 1, 4, I need you to make haste to your west. Echo 423 is what I want you to get eyes on.
Command Hero and I are together in this.
Oh, so it takes out Kurt. I didn't realize Kurt had pulled out of that building.
Kill as many militia as you can.
There they go. Force finally moving.
4 to 1, you're gonna have 1 or 2 contact to your east.
Copy. I just killed one from the east. I killed one of them.
Update on kills: 13 for the Russians, 17 for the Militia.
3 are going to be screening contact in the northeast. 4 is looking for the roadblock. Echo 423.
Yeah, they're stalling, and it's not from lack of orders. Londarts has been really clear what he wants going on.
Yeah, and that fork in the road there.
I just killed a leader on me. That's 2 down.
Roger.
You got a nade?
Assault is getting pushed so hard here. Assault goes down to frags. Skeleton, only one remaining up here. It'd be cool to have a competitive matchmaking like this with 1 life. It'd be difficult to do in practice to do with random. Yeah, we're not really like, like competitive. Like, we're not super competitive with these. Like, yeah, winning is fun, but it's more about the experience. Because even if you do lose, you can have a great time if you're communicating properly, if you're maneuvering properly, and if orders are nice and clear. Because you're not always gonna win. But as long as you're having a good time and you're having that experience of the 1 life event, we're happy and we feel like we're doing our jobs here. And I think it's a great like spectator event. Like I like to try and make it a good spectator event, keep things exciting. I feel like sometimes my camera movement's a little erratic, but it's fine. I'm getting better, I feel. D-League squad finally getting into position. Gonna see this roadblock here relatively soon. Storm's the only one here. BTR rolls up on these guys. They have contact on their west here, though. They have to worry about Red 2 here. Storm is surrounded here. Good use of the BTR so far as actual infantry vehicles, actual armored personnel carriers. This is like the third time now that he's had guys mount up and remaneuver them very quickly. So good on Londarts for using the BTRs as intended. That was risky, but I like how it worked out. Yeah, I agree. Very risky, but I do like. You can respect that he's actually using an APC as an APC. Most people like to use BTRs as just weak tanks, like just vehicles with a machine gun that they can park off in a direction. But they often underestimate how effective it could be to remaneuver an entire squad from one side to the other.
Yes, we see it.
That red guy shitting himself. Yeah, that was Storm. That was a squad lead. Most definitely shitting himself. But hopefully he gave that information to Pony and he knows what he needs to do. Yeah, he died here. They tried to push your nightmare.
Alright, in that building, can cross the road. Suppress it, get an element onto those sandbags. Sorry, onto the walls. Echo 434. Alright, get a suppressing element. And then
thanks, Grey Man, I appreciate that.
Dig down the objective.
The only reason I think it was a little too risky is that they took a lat shot from that building a few minutes ago. I missed that lat shot, and I probably, like, as a commander, I would have definitely said, oh no, they hit a mine! Or an IED? Wow, that had to have hit a mine or something. I don't know what that was. They went up in a ball of fire. That's 2 BTRs down. That's both of their heavy assets. And they're down to the infantry. 17 kills to 26 as the militia start taking it away. You're slowly overwhelming them. Well placed mine. Yeah, somebody clipped that. I was watching it, but I don't know what killed it. It just sort of exploded. It wasn't a lat shot. It might have been a mine. I'm thinking it was a mine. Played by Dick's Folk, maybe? Is that Lawn down? Is that Lawn down? Lawn is down. Yeah, that was just, he was in that that BTR. Lawn is down. Great. Oh, I felt like the Russians were in the driver's seat for this entire round. Their maneuvering was on point. But they've lost so many guys. They are down. Yeah, they've lost all of their infantry on the north, all of their infantry on the west. They're down to these. They have 6 guys left. 6 guys left. Right?
Okay,
oh, there's 2 over here.
Roadblock on F4. You want us to dig it? There's Hero and me.
That may be all she wrote, Commando. Yeah.
2-6, and then contacts an E431, so you're gonna get crossfired if you go out there.
Yeah, Londarts is down. He was in that BTR as it blew up.
So if we can get some sort of suppression down, maybe.
This is the call I would have made to come to this one, but how quickly the militia moved to defend it was almost unreal. Good job on Pony to keep his guys maneuvering. Yeah, he's still alive too. Update on who's still alive command structure wise. Who's gonna be the one taking charge of this? Assault is dead. We are airborne's a fire team lead, a fire team lead, fire team lead. Like, they're out of their squad leads. It's gonna be who's the loudest fire team lead, squad lead, fire team lead, command. So militia still have their command. They can still do this, militia.
Wait, liberal. I mean, you have a roadblock in front of you.
Yes, we have a roadblock in front of us.
Okay, we're taking heavy contact here. You guys should be okay to just do it. So if you could do it, but I thought you were with us.
Easy roadblock for Hero and Liverpool, and somehow got behind enemy lines. They don't even know how they got here, but they're there, and they're going to be able to dig down this roadblock, no problem. That's going to be their 3. They're going to be able to exfil. Russians are going to be able to complete their objective and then just get out of there. Not like they were following command to begin with. They were following command to begin with. It's just that sometimes the thing is, people underestimate how difficult it is to listen to squad comms, listen to local comms, and listen to command comms, and differentiate who needs to be talked to first, who's saying what, and in what context. I think it's relatively easy because I'm like, my major's like radio TV broadcasting, so I did a lot of like talking on camera with somebody talking into your ears like during news broadcasts. And I think like it's easy for me to just continue talking while somebody's talking in my ear, but it's not. It's a skill that you need to practice at and get better at. And when you throw that pressure onto that fire team lead, you gotta talk. You gotta talk over them over and over for them to get through, because it's like they just don't hear. They just flat out just don't hear. It's definitely an acquired skill. Yeah, I agree.
Was that F3? F3?
I stepped out for a sec, and what is Blue 4 trying to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory? Basically, the turntables as Russian forces are now almost completely wiped out. They've lost all of their heavy assets. They've got 2 on the north, 4 on the south. That's 6 guys remaining. They've got two squads left. 17. So about 2 squads left for the militia. But Russians are clear to exfil. They can get out of here. They've completed their objective and dug down 3 of the roadblocks. You have to be able to listen and talk at the same time. Exactly.
Copy. We're gonna move.
Got to be able to listen and talk at the same time.
Okay, let's go. Let's circle back.
Plans only work till the first shot is fired. Very, very true. These guys are just gonna exfil. Get out of there. They are being shot at. They're gonna get out of there. Okay.
They're watching us. Go, go, go. Just run, dude.
Just keep sprinting. Go around the wall. Hug this wall.
Quick scratch is in an awkward spot.
Echo 5-1.
Echo 5-1.
Okay, we're moving to exfil.
They're moving to their exfil. Russians have completed their objective. But are they going to live to tell the tale? Any medics here? Because your nightmare is hurt. Quick scratch is hurt. We are airborne and nomad are fine. I don't think so. Sir Monty Python runaway meme. And I wish we had a hind in the mission, just have a pilot come pick up. Yeah, I think long-term goals for our ops is like once we get the helicopter good to go, we can actually exfil. Like it's a literal, the helicopter is coming to pick you up. Once the helicopter picks you up and leaves, that's the mission. It's not going to be it's not always going to be a fight to the death or a last man standing kind of scenario that we have to do now. But yeah, like long-term, imagine like a helicopter coming in to come in and exfil these guys would just be amazing, especially if they didn't think to take out the ZUs, because they don't necessarily need to take it out for their mission, but for like anti-air, like you have to take out the anti-air for them to get in safely, because imagine getting picked up and then them hopping on those ZUs and just blowing the helicopter out of the sky. Would be insane. Or the BTRs if they'd survive. Yeah, get in the BTRs and get out of there. Yeah, can't wait for that at the end instead of a team deathmatch. Exactly. I 100% agree. Great job from the Russians managing to complete their objectives. Lucky the liberal pundit and hero somehow ended up on the north over there. We'll see what happens though. Probably going to be a few minutes of maneuvering from the militia as they get their bearings and figure out how they want to approach this objective. The militia do not know how many Russians are left, so they may be under the impression there's full 2 squads, 3 squads. They may be under the impression that they're losing because they've made it to that final objective. But they are quite handedly in the lead numbers-wise. They should be able to overwhelm this really quickly. Would change the tactics of the mission drastically. Yeah, it would definitely change how the commanders have to think about it when they actually have to like secure LZs and make sure they are clear to exfil properly, rather than get to the building and hold it to the last man, which is fine. I mean, I've been with squad ops for 2 years now, and we've had my share of these death matches to the end, and they're fine for what we have. But once we get once this game is more and more complete, we can add in more and more of these assets, or tweak more and more of these assets. We've slowly fallen back from just throwing in the assets as soon as we get them, especially like tanks. We haven't had a tank in any of the house because they're just so hard to like balance infantry wise. We're like a tank can carry a match single-handedly, and that would make it unfun for everybody on both sides. Do both sides know the other side's objectives at the start of the mission? Both sides. So Russians were tasked with completing one of 3 missions, and the militia were tasked with defending all 3 of those missions. One being a roadblock, the other being defending some ZUs, and the third being defending a FOB/weapons cache. And so the militia don't know exactly which mission the Russians chose, so they have to sort of spread out and then fall back to points that they once they figure out sort of what their objective is. Russians know that the militia are in the area, but they don't know the actual disposition of enemy troops. After they upgrade the engine, you have an additional squad on each side. Yeah, that's going to be great. Having an additional 9 people on each side, that's an extra squad, and you can do so much more. Hammer and anvil tactics will be much more effective. Actual two-pronged, pincer attacks, much more effective because you're going to have more guys on those flanks. Defending things is going to be more viable because you're going to feel comfortable leaving a full squad behind because you're not just crippling your platoon. It's more people, more tactics, better.
Contact between us and them. You.
Alright, Roger.
2 guys.
Oh, what the fuck?
It also frees up the ability to have a dedicated armor infantry fighting vehicle squad. Yeah, exactly. Like right now, Assault had like a 5-man squad because he had to give 4 people for vehicles. But when you can have a dedicated squad and then still have full effective squads, tactics. You can do so much more room for activities. I prefer the ones with choices. Yeah, I like these stoplight ops. I like the Jinx ops, ops with choices. And some of the older ops, like Hutch Air ops with the simple objectives, are a lot of fun. But they, it gets to the point where you understand how they're played, even if you're not intentionally understanding, like intentionally trying to like play around the information. You just like some of these ops I played 10, 15 times now, and I recognize how things happen usually, and how we should be going about things. And even if I don't want it to, it's still in the back of my head, and I'll make subconscious decisions that my character would otherwise not know. Love the tension on Jinx ops. Yeah, I really like the direction they're going with the Jinx ops. Liberal Pundit and Hero just really afraid to move here, as Albert Blythe, Bybee, Ninjalicious, and Sneak are in between him and their objective.
Head directly west. Don't worry about going all the way around.
Do that.
They say head directly towards them. Head west.
Alrighty. We're gonna cut behind this hill. Oh, you're really exposed. Alright.
Hero wanting to take a little safer path. Liberal Pundit gonna follow orders.
Hey, I got contacts moving in the field. North, directly.
Okay, hold your fire, Nomad, hold on.
I have no visual, I wouldn't be able to fire you.
Hero sees Blythe. Blythe is getting the upper hand, takes out Hero. And then Liberal Pundit goes down to either Sneak or Ninjalicious.
We have contacts to our north.
Both guys down. All that remain are the 4 on the point. Actually, 3 on the point, 2 on the point, 1 on the point, as Quick Scratch is last man standing.
Okay.
That escalated real quick. That assault from the militia. Russians complete their objective. They cleared out their roadblocks for their platoon, or for their battalion. The battalion's going to be able to move in and mop up the militia, but they lost a platoon for their troubles. And he's dead. These buildings don't offer much in the way of protection. Great job for both teams. Russians, I really thought they were gonna win it like pretty handedly. Their maneuvering was great. Their aggression was there. The communication was there. Then the militia they got it in gear. They managed to maneuver around and hold their objectives. They lost their objectives, but they managed to hold and whittle down the Russians. By the time they completed their objective, there just wasn't enough to exfil. If you guys are interested in participating in these events, check us out at squadops.gg. All you have to do is take our Squad Ops basic training course, only about 45 minutes to an hour long, and then you can participate in any and all of our Squad Ops One Life events. If you like what you saw and you want to give us a follow at twitch.tv/squadops, we would really appreciate it, and you can catch us when we go live. We also upload all of our videos onto YouTube, youtube.com/squadops. I was your commentator for this evening's Shattered Ritual, and we will be back in just a couple hours for another session of Squad Ops One Life events. Operation oh no, I brought it down. It's a D-Day operation, or it's a beach landing operation. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Highly encourage you to be there. If you can't be there, we can catch you on the stream, and until then, I will catch you guys later.